channel Lene, back with another video, and today I will be doing my Burgundy makeup tutorial. This is a video that a lot of people have asked for. People always ask me how I do my makeup, so I decided to make a kind of get ready with me makeup tutorial. I'm not a professional makeup artist, so this may not be the same way a professional would do it, but this is kind of the way I do my makeup. So yeah, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and let me know what you think of the look down in the comments below. So yeah, I'm gonna get started. So first I'm going to take the Fenty Profilter Instant Retouch Primer and kind of dot that all over my face. And this keeps my makeup looking nice. I mean, I get quite an oily T-zone, so it kind of keeps it matte throughout all the day. I love this primer. So yeah, make sure you rub that in really, really good. Next, I take my Fenty foundation in the shade 420 and I start squeezing that over my face. I like to apply quite a bit of this foundation, not too much because you will end up looking kind of orange. So next, I take my Badescu Rose Water Spray and I spray it onto my foundation brush. Then I blend out my foundation. So using the Badescu facial spray kind of makes your makeup look dewy but not oily. So yeah, I like to spray that and mix it with my Fenty Beauty. One thing to note with this foundation is that it does oxidize, so I'm gonna look a little crazy whilst it's quite light, but it does tone down to be my shade. I also like to blend this foundation out over my eyebrows because it makes it easier when I then do coloured brow looks. So taking the NYX Suede lip cream in the colour Cherry, I then take my brow brush and start filling in my brows. I like to fill in my brows in the same shape they grow, so I kind of do that Instagram arch brow shape. That kind of natural grow sort of airbrush effect, I like to pat out the lip cream in the center of where I start my brows. Instead of using concealer, I use my foundation shade to conceal my brows. I used to use concealer and I kind of felt like that made your brows look a little fake because it's just like way lighter than your skin. By using your foundation, it kind of blends it in so it looks more natural and then you don't get that kind of highlighted brow outline look. So yeah, I take the shade 420 and I outline these bad boys. Then I take my foundation brush and I just blend out the outline of my brows. Next, I take my sleek cream contour palette in the shade Dark, the second shade in the first row, to highlight underneath my eyes and the side of my nose. Then I take the third shade in the first row, place that underneath my cheeks, so like further out underneath my eyes. Take my Real Techniques Beauty Blender and blend that shiz out. So you make sure to blend that out, otherwise you'll end up with a really bad flashback and it'll look really unblended and yeah, hella bad. So then I take a Revolution matte base concealer stick in the shade C17 and I use that to contour down the side of my nose, on both sides, over the tip of my nose and along the sides of both of my cheeks, down the bottom near my chin. I then take the darkest shade from the Sleek Cream Contour Palette and I use that just to go alongside my cheeks, just to make that a little darker and that contour stand out a bit more and chisel the face a bit better. Using my Real Techniques Sculpting Foundation brush, I then blend out the contour. So you want to blend that upwards in an upwards motion. And take a beauty blender just to blend out the contour that I've put on my nose. Take a NYX single highlight and contour powder in the shade Sable. I then drag that alongside my cheeks on both the right and the left side to add a bit more warmth. Now using the Sacha Butter Cup powder in the shade Buttercup, I kind of chisel out the contour I've just done. Also, because I used a liquid lipstick to do my eyebrows, I then powder my eyebrows as well. This sets the eyebrows and makes them dry during the day and makes sure they're not wet and they don't smudge all over the place. So yeah. Next, I take my James Charles Morph eyeshadow palette. I start off by using the colour Code James, orangey colour. That out across my entire eyelid on both the left and the right side. Do 3 layers is because these are pressed pigments, so you do have to layer them at least a couple of times to really build up the colour and make it hella vibrant. Next, I take the colour 10% off and pat that around the outer corners of my eyelids. I kind of draw a triangle as if I'm doing a sort of cat eye shape, but with eyeshadow. I then pat that out. Next, I take a Real Techniques eyeshadow brush, which is slightly bigger, just to blend out the eyeshadow to make it look more seamless and make a more smoky-eyed effect. Next, I take LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn, and I do a cut and crease on my eyelids. Now taking the eyeshadow shade Tune, I then pat that across the lid where I've just added the concealer to make it a bit brighter. And taking the colour 10% off, I tap that where the concealer ends. Taking the colour Speaky, I use a thin eyeliner brush to blend out underneath my bottom lashes. And then I add a little bit of Kiko's waterproof mascara to my bottom lashes to make them pop. The concealer brush from earlier, I draw 2 straight lines underneath where my eyeshadow ends to add a more clean finish. Take the NYX Milky Jumbo Pencil and I just put that in the inner corner of my eyes. I kind of feel like whenever you add glitter in the inner corner of your eyes, it makes the makeup look like 100 times better. Using a liquid eyeliner in the shade Black, I start doing the cat eyes at the end of each of my eyes. I find it easier just to draw a triangle in the corners, as that's the way I usually like my eyeliner, just to add a bit of definition and make my lashes look a bit longer. Once again, I take my concealer brush and just kind of clean up the lines and make it a little more tidy because you don't want to look mashed. My Fenty Beauty Moroccan Spice eyeshadow palette. Using the shades Casablanca and Desert Baked, I mix those 2 together and put that over the area where I did the concealer cut and crease to add a little sparkle. Next, I take a NYX white eyeliner pencil and I draw that on the inside of my lash line. And next, brush off that bake powder. You don't want to bake for too long because that is what makes your makeup have terrible flashback. So you kind of want to brush that off as quick as possible and not let it set for like forever. Next, I take an IMAN Blush in the shade Peace. I like to drag this upwards on the top of my cheeks and smile as I do it, because when you do that, you actually end up putting the blush where it would naturally appear. I also like to put blush on my nose a little bit. Next, I take my Fenty Beauty Duo Kilowatt highlighter and I use the shade Moscow Mule to highlight above my cheeks. Ooh, poppin'! This is like one of my favorite highlighters of all time, but you know, I love to add quite a bit on my nose as well. Whole face just looks like a glitter bomb. A liquid gold highlighter from Revolution in the shade Champagne, and I dot that on the bottom and the tip of my nose. And I just blend that out with my finger. Next, I take a black eyeliner again and dot on 2 beauty spots and pat a bit of foundation on top, because if you have beauty spots, they won't show up on top of your makeup. I then take the Collection bronze. I basically rub over the areas where I did my baking. This gets rid of really bad flashback, so yeah, I love to do that. Next, I take a Hairshop lip gloss and a NYX lip liner in the shade Cocoa. So I outline my lips with the shade Cocoa first. I add the lip gloss, because my lip gloss be popping. You always gotta have gloss. Yeah, now I'm done. So boom. Oh, kill him. The damn. I was clearly feeling myself. For someone that can't dance, I actually dance a lot. And yeah, don't forget to set your makeup. I use the Badescu facial rose water spray. So this is the finished look. I'm feeling myself. Yeah. I look like a complete different person from before, so you know, catfish. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you like the makeup tutorial, or if you want to see more makeup. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And keep your eyes peeled for the interesting content that's going to be dropping on my channel soon. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Chana out.